Are you seeing this? No. Do you feel like I'm staring into your soul yet? Because I feel like I'm staring into your soul. Look at that knobbly bit. Get the hair out the way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Where are the spots at? Because I'm gonna get ya. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing makeup that I have not reached for in a while and makeup that I haven't particularly liked in my whole time of trying makeup. This is the makeup that I managed to create, so if you want to see how I did it, keep watching and let's get into it. So I'm kicking things off with this Urban Decay primer. It's the Urban Decay De-Slick Complexion Primer. And I bought this with really high hopes because I love Urban Decay. I've never had an issue with any of their products. I remember putting it onto my face and it kind of like, when you rubbed it in, it like peeled up, which was literally the worst. And it made like foundation go patchy. I've never ever had a primer like that before. So I'm gonna give it another go and see if it still does the same thing. The only reason as to why I thought this could be happening is because it is like an oily skin primer. So that might mean that on dry skin it might just pill up, or there's no like oil to absorb or something, so it might just stay on the skin instead of like soaking up the oil. So I don't know, we're gonna have a try and see what happens. So I don't know really how much to put on, but just gonna do some guesswork as per usual. See, it comes out as a super strange consistency and it's not actually got colour in it, it is transparent. It feels nice and cooling at first, I remember that. I hope this works for me because it was really expensive. It smells a bit cucumbery, which is quite funny. It's a bit like the setting spray smell. Okay, so I've applied it to all the areas and it is feeling tacky. It's feeling quite nice. No, it's feeling good. I'm quite shocked. I thought it'd be worse. Actually, it's feeling quite sticky. It makes my face feel quite tight, which I've never experienced before. Does it have like anti-aging properties or something? It doesn't. It's just meant to control oil, which is really dramatic if this is what it does. It's now feeling really drying, like really dry around here. My skin feels like it's about to crack. Right, anyway, let's apply foundation and see how this goes down. I actually have a feeling this one might work today because I'm quite tanned in comparison to my face. It's the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid and I never got on with this because of the colour. This is the lightest colour, it's #1, Natural Ivory. And as you can tell, obviously, as I've mentioned millions of times before, I'm literally the colour of a ghost. So it didn't work for me. Like if you look at the comparison, it's literally the colour of my tanned neck and not my face. So I have a feeling this might actually work for me when I'm tanned. And I really hope it does because I need a tan foundation because I don't actually have one right now and I have to just bronze the crap out of my face. So this will be good news if we can get it working. Get the hair out the way. It's not too thick, which is good, and it's literally the colour of my hand, so I have high hopes for you. Please don't let me down. Hair is literally constantly on my face. It's like I might as well have a constant beard. But yes, immediately it seems like quite a colour match to my tan, which is amazing, and the coverage seems really nice. So I think it's matte, but I'm not sure. Wait, it should be satin liquid, so it means it should be dewy, but I see matte at the moment. Oh, my face was so tight from that primer. That's not even funny. I like the coverage on this foundation. It's like a medium coverage. It's not too thick and it's not super noticeable on the skin. It's doing a really, really good job of covering my acne scars, so I'm liking it. And it looks very white on camera in comparison to my hands. Okay, so I'm actually really liking this foundation. I think it looks relatively natural and covers spots really, really well. So hopefully with concealer on it, it'll be even better. So speaking of concealer, I've actually kind of cheated a little bit. But yeah, this is just a concealer that I reach for the least because I do have other ones that are slightly better, but I don't think this one's a bad concealer. It's really good for the price. It's the Lasting Perfection by Collection, you know, the old classic. The only thing that makes me not reach for this concealer as much as the others is the tiny applicator and the fact that it doesn't pick up much product and it does dry quite quickly. So you have to kind of do one triangle and then the other triangle after you've blended the first one, otherwise it will dry and then it's really, really, really hard to move. But that property of it is quite good when obviously you blend it out because it's not gonna go anywhere, which is really nice. It does kind of run out of product by the time you get to the outer corner of your eye. So if you're drawing like the triangle like this and you fill it in and then you get to this part, then it's kind of run out. But for the price, I'm not complaining. Where are the spots at? Because I'm gonna get you. I've had a few more breakouts lately because of, I think it's the weather. Like SPF, applying it to my face just tends to like make my skin purge. I don't know why. I've heard that it does that to other people as well, but it's just so annoying. Okay, so far the rundown is that the primer has made it look a little bit dry. It looks like it needs a massive load of setting spray to make it a little bit more dewy again. The foundation colour I think matches my body a lot better than my other ones, so I'm very happy with that. But yeah, not half bad so far, but I'm sure it will get there. For powder, one that I haven't picked up since I bought it, it's from Natural Collection and it says it's just loose powder. That's the name of it. It doesn't have a fancy name, it's just loose powder. And it says it's in the colour neutral translucent, but if you actually have a look at it, that does not look translucent to me whatsoever. And I know that they say that they can have like translucent powders without the white colourings. This literally looks like peachy powder. Like it just, I don't see this working on deeper skin tones at all. But we'll see if it does actually have any coverage or... That's right to the top. Honestly, God forbid if I sneeze right now. Oh, I'm scared to tip it because it's gonna go all over me. No, we did it. Okay, so I'm not gonna bake with this because I know it's gonna make my face look really orange, because I really vaguely remember that it did that before when I used it. That's why I don't really pick it up. I'm just gonna be using a small brush because I'm a little bit worried if I went ham with a big powder brush, it's literally gonna look horrible. Oh my God, that is so bad. Yeah, I was correct, that's not translucent whatsoever. I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah, that has given me an orange cast. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see on camera. Do you feel like I'm staring into your soul yet? Because I feel like I'm staring into your soul. That is, honestly, that is the worst powder I've ever used. That is not translucent. Why are they lying?
Why the fuck you lying?
You can tell that this is the kind of powder that's literally going to dry your skin out, and it's not even going to really set your makeup. I mean, it's not as noticeable as other powders that I've seen people use, but it is quite noticeable. That's a fail, I'd say. Okay, so for blush, I have this small little Rimmel one, and it's in the shade Live Pink. It's the Lasting Finish Soft Colour Blush. I remember about this, it was literally purely the colour that I didn't like. I think the formula was reasonable and it has got shimmer in it, and it's not just a spray over, it is actually in the blush, so that is probably amazing in other shades, but I remember this shade just being a no-go for my skin tone. But maybe now being tanned, it might be a little bit less harsh on my skin and it might be more subtle, so that would be nice. Okay, here we go. It's not very pigmented. I thought it used to be quite pigmented, but it's not now. I kid you not, I literally had to dip into this 6 times to get colour on my cheeks. Might as well dip into it some more because I don't think anything's going on that brush at all. And don't be fooled that the top's actually pink on this brush anyway, it's not the blush. Yeah, I like the colour with tan, but it's not very pigmented and you do have to dip into it quite a lot. So you can imagine for the size of the little blush, if you keep dipping into it, obviously it's going to run out a lot faster than ones that are pigmented. So that is a little bit upsetting. But I do like the colour and I do think it is reasonable for a low-end blush. But moving on to bronzer. To be fair, I never used to get on with bronzers, and I remember when I first purchased this, I think it was one of my first, and I didn't really understand how they worked, and I didn't understand that they kind of have to have like a warmer tone. I did want to stray away from wearing a product that's too dark, and I kind of thought that this wouldn't be too dark as it is one of the lighter shades in the collection. It just didn't work for my skin, but I'm thinking hopefully now I'm tanned that I might be able to give it a proper chance. Okay, I don't really see much happening yet. Okay, it's not as pigmented as I remember at all. That's actually sometimes a good thing with bronzers anyway, because you don't really want to get too much product on your brush, because then it will just be like, that's actually not too bad. I'm actually genuinely impressed. With a tan, I think this is the right colour. So yeah, I think I will actually be reaching for that again. Okay, so for highlight, I have the Revolution Strobe Highlighter in the colour shade Flash. The thing I remember about this is that it wasn't really highlightery. It was kind of like a powder. It's really strange. It had all the intentions to be a lovely highlighter, and it was the perfect ice cold kind of shade for me. I was really excited about it because it was kind of like, it seemed to me like a dupe of the Jeffree Star Ice Cold. So I was very excited to try it, and I remember being quite disappointed, as I do like a bit of a blinding highlight. So I'm going to dip my little fan brush into this. Yeah, I can immediately see there's like powder coming off of it as soon as I dip in, and it's not like attaching to the brush at all. I literally cannot see any shimmer on this brush. Can you see any shimmer on that? Because I can't at all. Well, let's see what it does on my cheeks then. Might just be a ghost highlighter. Oh, I lied. I think the issue was is that it's the same colour as the tip of the brush. I think I lied. Oh, no. Are you seeing this? I take back what I said. I will certainly have to blend that out. Look how pigmented that is. Oh god. It's too light for my tan. Yeah, so I just dipped into it a little bit, and it's not very striking until you literally do this. Am I gonna do this again? Yes. Hello cheekbones. It's a little bit kind of sandy, if that's the way to describe it. Just wants to like jump out the pan and just be like, see you later. But other than that, I think the colour's nice, and it does definitely give a blinding highlight. Now onto brows. I have this collection palette, and it's called Work the Colour Eyebrow Kit. And funny story, this was actually the first eyebrow product that I did purchase, and it was when I first started filling in my eyebrows.
Oh, no, no, no.
And I remember the issue I had with it was the end shade here was too dark for my hair, as you can see. That is not my colour. And this one was pretty much a very similar tone, but it's too red when you pop it into your eyebrows. So I remember I was walking around with like ginger eyebrows and brunette hair. Well done, 12-year-old me. Brilliant way to start off your makeup career. I need a brow brush. I'm going to use an angled brush to apply this to my brows. I think what I'm going to do that I didn't used to do is use the darker shade on the outer corner of my brow, and then use the lighter one on the inner corner, and hope for the best. I don't tend to use powder anymore because I prefer the freedom of a eyebrow pencil and the fact that you can draw the strokes really accurately, and I prefer the way it looks over powder. I just think powder just doesn't give you much definition and looks a bit blocky sometimes. Oh, I'm apprehensive for this. Oh, it's not blending. Oh, I created a trend and it's called the comma brow. Oh, that's so dark. Oh my god. Honestly, I'm telling you, one dip could last me the whole brow. I feel like I've got slug eyebrows. I'm telling you, I don't even think a spoolie could fix this. Look how dark they are. I look like an angry cartoon character with these eyebrows. I'm gonna act like brow gel's gonna fix this, and I'm gonna go in with... Can you stop drilling? I swear to you, every single time I film, there's always someone outside that wants to drill, or wants to do some gardening, or wants to build a wall.
We're gonna build the wall, we have no choice.
The show must go on. Yay, they stopped. But as I was saying, I'm now going on to brow gel, and this is the Maybelline Brow Drama Transparent Sculpting Brow Mascara. And I remember this was the first, again, it seems to be all the first products I ever picked up, but it was the first brow gel that I did pick up from Superdrug, and I was so excited to finally have nice brushed brows like this, and it did absolutely nothing. It does a reasonable job, but it's just not like a waterproof hold or anything. Not that it claims to be. I guess it's okay. Then on to mascara, our penultimate makeup item. We have the Max Factor False Lash Epic Mascara. I remember I got this on one of those Christmas deals that they do at Boots, where they tell you to buy like a certain amount of makeup and they'll give you like a free makeup bag with things in it, and this was in that, so I wasn't actually opting to buy this. I just don't reach for it. I think it was because it didn't really do much to my lashes. Like my other mascaras tend to really volumize or really lengthen. This just kind of made them black. Yeah, it's... Now someone's mowing their lawn. Yeah, it's just kind of making my lashes black. It's not really doing anything else. It's not really doing a whole lot of lengthening, and it's not really volumizing. but it is a really natural mascara, so I would actually recommend it to people who don't particularly like going super full glam. Look at that knobbly bit. Now finally onto lip products. This is the final step. I have two lip products that I'm not particularly keen on, and the first one is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and that is very controversial, I know, because lots of people love this, but I just couldn't get on with it, and I don't like the formula. I just think it's a really strange feeling. And then the other thing is the PS Instagirl Diamond Lip Topper, which of course it's from Primark. I mean, you're not going to expect super amazing quality, but I just remember the colour specifically was very odd. Wish me luck. I hate the colour. I just don't like this kind of pink on me. I never have. I really prefer like more red toned pinks or darker pinks or like brown nudes. I just don't like light pinks like this, so that's immediately a fail. And I would say probably for the colour and the formula, it's just a bit creamy. I know it's meant to be creamy, but I just don't like it. I don't see any of the glitter in this at all. It's literally just made the matte cream gloss. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the lips at all, but that's due to probably the colour and the consistency of the first one. I like this one, but I'm not keen on the other, and that's just personal preference. Yeah, overall, this is what my face looks like. I think the eyebrows were a massive fail, because I definitely don't like blocky brows. The lips were a fail too. The base turned out really decent for what I expected. I thought it was going to be really disgustingly orange or like horrible, but it's not super bad. It's pretty much my tan colour, so I'm quite happy, especially with the foundation. I'm certainly looking forward to putting that on my face again at some point. So you've made it to the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed. If you have, give it a like, subscribe to me to see more from me, and click the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload. I really hope you have a lovely day, stay safe, and I will see you next time. Bye!